fucking game. Right. Are back. I will try and get this party started again. Make sure everyone's got a link into this so they can quickly jump back on it. I don't know that. Here we go, back in the race. Lap 20. We have had some issues today with Codemasters kicking us out, glitching, and it's affecting me at the moment. The gap between Moyland and Jack is 6 seconds. While we were gone, it looks like Johnny Stokes has made way through Avi, through Alex, now behind Jack. Oh, the stress, absolute stress. Okay, anyway, so nothing's changed. I've called into that. All still one stop. That's just tyres. Who else? Speedy is still in this little train now for the battle for technically the fourth right now. Avi is losing touch a little bit to Johnny, who is on the soft. The softs will be falling off now. Only 16 laps to go in this race. How far can they stretch these soft tyres? He's not. Why does I put that much of a gap on Jack? 6 seconds. Jack can stretch his tyres to the end. It'll be difficult, but it's possible. I'm going to try and go another few laps and bring it to another set of softs. Got to do that though. So, welcome back, guys. It's one of them days today. We jump on board now with Alex. Easy, close enough to Avi. Avi defends nice and early. We have also Johnny reeling in Jack. No one's really close enough to make a move, so as Erez defends as well to Dutchface. A bit closer. Can Dutchface get this done into turn 1? Lot of overspeed. Goes around the outside. Should be a simple move, and it is. Dutchface up into 6th place. Scotty as well makes the move past Speedy. Speedy is down. A bit of a twitch there from Speedy. But he's still in touch. Speedy's got DRS still. He's not out of it yet. He's still in 9th. Frenzy pits. Sorry, Frenzy overtakes the pitting almighty Evan for a set of medium tyres. That should safely see him to the end of the race. Gap between Jack and Moylan, 6.2 seconds. Crucially, it is bringing Johnny Stokes with him. Johnny Stokes now is within DRS range of Jack, a lot closer with the last lap. But his tyres will be starting to feel the pressure now. 8 lap old medium softs versus 10 lap old mediums. Quite a fair fight. Jack is a brilliant exit out of the final corner there, and looks like Johnny is not really close to making a move. Here's Alex, look at that, gaining on Avi. Avi goes to the inside, and Alex switches to the inside for that attack. Nice move there from Alex up into 4th place. Erez as well, attacking from the Dutchface. Back and forth from these guys. It's going to help Scotty, it's going to help Speedy. There's another little twitch on that exit there. He's having the best of times right now with Speedy. Scotty can't make a move past Dutchface. Dutchface is trying to fill Erez's mirrors. Give them to think about. Got to go in this race. The flags are waving again. Who is that? It looks like it's Rob. It is. He's going to get in the way of the leaders. Oh, close from Rob. He's got a Formula Ford now. It wasn't leaders. It was Evan. And Rob dives into the pits. It's a shame for him. He's just on the set of softs as well. So we'll get lapped now by Moylan, who's coming around the final corner. 6 seconds. The gap now is slowly coming down. Not a lot, but enough. Johnny is dropping. He's again that final corner. Jack just pulls out such a huge launch that Johnny has no answer for it. You can see ahead, Jack is on the cusp of flashing. Not yet though. Avi, can he get past Alex? It's close, but this is the battle I want to see as Scotty goes through. Can he get past? But oh, he does get past Dutchface there. Not enough to get past Erez, who's gapped quite a large gap ahead. Did Dutchface lose DRS? He did. So can Scotty cut? It's been Speedy capitalised. I don't think he's close enough. Same for Joe. He's always been there, but he's just not close enough when he needs to be. Back on board now, as you can see the gap there. Another 2 attempts taken out of the lead from Jack to Moylan. Johnny with him. Will Moylan decide to pit now? Go to the end. 13 laps, or stretches out for another 2 laps, make the wear a bit less damaging at the end. I would imagine so. Try and get another 2 laps out of these. Does Moylan 5.6. And much better from Johnny now. Didn't get the loss he did on the last lap. Will he get Jack running into the straight? Jack's flashing the ERS. Jack moves to the inside to defend, which falls to Johnny around the outside. Gives him the inside for the next corner, but Jack defends that brilliantly. Keeps the place. That gives Moylan a bit more breathing space. 6.1 seconds the gap. Johnny tries again. Going down the inside of the outside. He can't do it. Not close enough this time. Another lap is stuck behind. Avi still in behind Alex as well. No changes there. Joe, can he do anything with Dutch Face? No, not really. Definitely regained his time he'd lost. Little train from really Scotty now. His Erez is kind of pulled out, but Scotty's trying to reel him back in. Erez out of the ERS, 16% ERS. Scotty on 28. But Dutch Face doing really well on 50, and Joe on 24, not so great from him. Back to the lead, back to the battle for second. He needs to get a good drive out of this corner. Very close now, but on the exit, is he close enough? Jack's pitted. 12 lap hold. Even he's pitted. It will give Johnny free DRS. And Johnny needs to catch up to Moylan. 13 laps to go in this race. They're on 12 lap old softs. Jack has pitted for a set of softs. Will he go the fastest lap? I would imagine so. It will fall down the grid as Avi pits as well for a set of softs. Chubb as well as in. Is Chubb going for a set of softs or is it a wing? Yep, set of softs for Chubb as well. Now, Scotty still can't reel in Erez. This is a bit of a mistake there from Scotty as Dutch Face is going to capitalise on that. Goes to the inside. Easy move. Should be done quite simply, and it is. Nicely done, nicely done. With the 5th, can he do anything with Erez? Can he reel him back in? Joe still can't gain anything. He's up into 7th. He's going to have Jack for company very shortly, and Jack's going to be on them fresh softs, moving like a train. Moylan just gets past Frenzy, but he's going to pit. Moylan's in the pits. So what will Johnny do? Will he stay out? Will he match him? He matches. Kind of a wise choice because they're about to get undercut by Jack, who Jack's in traffic as well. So they want to make sure they don't get in that same situation. But Jack's gained a lot of time already. Hit him when he did. Will he come out ahead? Moylan is being released now. Will keep on board, but they're going to come out in this little fight. I don't think it's going to be good for them, to be honest. Moylan does come out ahead. That is great for him. Way out ahead of Scotty. Jack's going to have to fight through this. Johnny is stuck behind Jack as well. This is good from Moylan. That was when he needed the pit. That was a great call from him to come in when he did. Has pushed up Scotty and Speedy up in the 2nd and 3rd, who have not pitted. They're on 14 and 15 lap hold mediums. 10 laps to go in this race. I don't think they're going to get it to the end. But maybe they feel like they can get the gap they need on the guys that are pitted. But the undercut very strong around here. There's now a large train going back now. Obviously, Moylan is just going to gap Scotty very easily. Rather with these drivers sitting in 2nd and 3rd, I think I'll be thinking about pitting as well. Whoa! That Jack dives! That was out of nowhere. I didn't even see that coming. That's done damage to Speedy as well. The Speedy's going to have to pit now. We didn't want to. We won't be happy with that Speedy because he was doing very well in this race. As Scotty's come in. Joe is going to be absolutely fuming. Third driver is potentially ruined his race. Jack was there for ages. Oh, okay. I didn't see it. I did not see it. Was it a lunge though? I don't know how far back he was. You know what I think he's like though. Speedy wouldn't be happy with that at all. Here we go. We jump back to the battle. So Jack 2.9 seconds from Moylan. The one we're looking at though is the battle between Moylan and Johnny. So unfortunately for Johnny, with Jack being in this race, he's taken points out of his pocket really, because it would be Johnny in second. Johnny needs the points desperately to keep this battle for championship alive. And right now, with every gain Moylan gets, just reaches that ever so much closer to the final trophy. Jump back on board with the battle for 6th, Dutchface and Perez. That's another battle as well, close as well, as we've got Frenzies approaching the back of Carl. That one, simple within the straight. Not much Carl can do there. 7-lap-old meat softs versus 2-lap-old softs. Easy. Those come out in 10th with a single, so we get a single point out of this, so he shoots as is. Yellow flag, sector 3. Is it? Who is that? I don't know. Who was that? Was it coming out the way? Was it a black marker? I'm not too sure. Here we go. The Dutchface now on Perez, goes round the outside, should make it through. Does, sweeps round, not much Perez can do there. Low on the RS compared to Dutchface, but he can use the save behind. Dutchface will have another little bit of the overtake of the RS just to pull away a bit further again. And Scotty is getting closer to Perez as well as Chubb. Chubb is back in this race as well. It's good to see Chubb staying in it, battling for it. Had a poor quali by his standard, by anyone's standard really, and he's now up into 9th with 2 points. 2 hard-earned points as well. He's not had it easy. He had the pit early on in this race as well, so I'm happy with getting 2 points out of this. Carl's coming from pits for a new set of softs, I would imagine. Fastest lap, I don't think the fast lap is standard. Apparently with Jack, 116 dead. I don't think Moylan's got answers to that really. Like he does, but you know, at the moment he's got enough points ahead of Johnny with Jack being where he is. Change that gap to lead, I hate that gap to lead. There we go, Scotty right behind Perez. Perez is dropping like a rock right now as Scotty flies past Perez and gets it back in front for the braking zone of turn 1. Perez can't be doing anything really there. Can Scotty do another move on Dutchface? I don't believe so, he's too far away there. Alex gets some penalties, so everyone with penalties as well. This is coming to it. Penalties become a big part of this race. Obviously the gap between Johnny and Jack is 6 seconds. He's having a quick look. He's on my penalties. It's a big shame for him. Oh, should we leave penalties on? Should we not? No. No point having that on really now. We know what everyone tyres a lot. Make it a bit smaller, shall we? A move there. Dutchface, Scotty, yellow flags are waving again. I might be just carving out the way, I think. That's probably what it was, the yellow flags waving. Scotty's right behind Dutchface now. Can he make it past on the home straight? 6 laps to go in this race. Jack is clawing his way towards Moylan, 1.6 the gap. Could come down to the wire with him. Great move from Scotty down the inside. I don't think Dutchface is going to be to answer with. He doesn't. He's going to have to concede that one, unfortunately for him. But I think with the gap battle between Jack and Moylan, with the penalties, all he's got to do is stay in 3 seconds. And that 4-second bumper right now, 4.3 second bumper. Second ahead. Close though, it's close. Jack has got a lot of speed. Not much overtake. Moylan's managing quite well on overtake, so he's got something to defend with. Jack's got nothing to attack with. coming out the way. Is Rob's getting out the way there. Well done, Rob. Good awareness there. Out the way, battle for the leaders. Very frustrating for our back marker. We have to see the push on that, but it's very, very well. Dutch face does manage to keep the DRS of Scotty, but only just. He will not go dipping here, just reeling back in. Like a fisherman, just reels him in. Reels him in, lets him go. Reels him in, lets him go. The gap between Moylan and Jack, watching that now, 1.2 seconds. It did come down to 1.1 briefly, it's back to 1.1 again. So again, another lap's gone, another tenth off the time. Once he gets to spin that DRS, the game changes. 8 seconds the gap between Jack and Johnny, which means it's 9 seconds between Moylan and Johnny. And Moylan's got some breathing room between him and his rival. Johnny right now needs to stay in this race and keep his championship hopes alive. F1's a funny game, you never know what's going to happen. Moylan could be DNFing the next races, which gives Johnny a chance to capitalise. At the moment, it doesn't seem likely. It does look like Jack is struggling to pull back the gap. Tyres only only 1 lap difference in age. Very difficult to say why he can't catch up. I think part of it's due to the ERS. Moylan is managing it very well. Probably did get a bit of DRS from. It's not Jack behind him, isn't it? Jack right behind him. There's no DRS distance from Moylan. It looks like Jack attacks his S's a lot better than Moylan can. Moylan right now doesn't need to fight Jack particularly, so he's a reserve driver, but he does want to take all the points he can. Jack didn't get him in DRS there, so he will start now to reel in Moylan. 4 laps to go. We're about to be, well, it costs the line with 4 laps to go in this race. Jack's got no ERS to really use to attack Moylan. Will he just sit behind, wait, play the waiting game? We saw it with Dara and Moylan earlier in the season, where Moylan just sat behind in Spain and let Moylan do all the work. But Moylan did win the race because of a mistake from Dara. How close he is now, right behind that McLaren. The arrow's open once again. 10 seconds the gap now between Moylan and Johnny. Jack has a little look. This makes Moylan aware that he's there. Just giving him a better heads up. You know, I'm here. Don't worry. Worth noting as well that Alex and Avi having a little battle as well. But right now we are watching the battle for the lead of this race around Mexico. Jack's been dominant during quali. During the race, Moylan was helped out by a safety car, but had a really good race anyway. It could be anyone's game really, but it's obviously Jack is a reserve driver, Moylan is a full-time driver, but Jack won't care. Jack wants to win the race. As they go around the final corner, we know that Jack's got a great launch out of that corner, but no, again, ERS is lacking. ERS is wide open, and look at the gains he gets here. Should be a simple move. Moylan really can't do anything to defend against that, and he doesn't. Just going to sit behind Jack. Oh, he twitched there from Moylan. He gets on the power a bit too early. You can see Jack's flashing. If he just sits behind Jack, he can regain that place. Alex and Avi going at it right now. It's turned 1, 2 and 3, and Alex comes out ahead of that. Good DRS again on the exits just to pull ahead a little bit more. Rob and DXD, Carl, little switch around there for 15th and 16th place. Now Moylan has DRS real in Jack. This is what's going to be the end of this race. If Moylan could just stick within that DRS of Jack, use his lines, make Jack use overtake rather than Moylan using it. Moylan can win this race. It's in his hands. Jack defends early, goes to the inside. He's compromised on speed there, but Moylan with DRS doesn't even need to use DRS to stay ahead. Look at that, 7%. Simple move from Jack, so from Moylan on Jack, and regains that lead. And the thing is, they're not battling. This isn't a real battle. They're just trading DRS and ERS at the moment. So it's not going to affect their times as such. Although Jack is trying to push now, but with only 2% ERS, it's not really doing anything. Like trying to piss into the wind, really. Nothing's going to happen. Yellow flags are waving ahead. Who is that? I think it's just... Who is that? Oh, Joe's approaching the back now of these two. It's going to be difficult for Carl and Rob because they are battling each other, but Joe is on the lead lap. No DRS for Joe. As you see there, another move from Carl. A little look. Rob goes a bit wide because of a mistake. But they are going to be getting blue flagged. Well, a bit of a mistake there from Joe. So we'll have a look there in a bit as Carl makes another attack potentially on Rob. Looks to the inside, but again, nothing happening as yet. Back to the lead. That a bit further away down this time to Moylan on the last lap of this race. This is the last lap. Moylan can now rinse his overtake, and he does so. This is what Moylan wanted. He wanted to be on the lead at this part of the race. Now all he's got to do is defend one more DRS or two more DRS straights, and he's potentially won this race. This is very, very close. Jack's going to want to do anything he can to get this. You can see Moylan's flashing. He's gone to the inside. Has he overshot it? It looks like he has, but he'll hold the inside again. That's a great move from Jack. Jack will hold this round. Can Moylan do anything to answer? Carl's been disqualified, but Moylan has got no penalties, but he don't care. No, he does. He just picked up a penalty. Oh no, he just got a penalty. How's that affected it? How many penalties has Jack got? I don't know. I'm not going to look. But Moylan's going to have to make this move done. Jack defends the inside. Is he going to the stadium now? They are side by side. He forces him wide, but Moylan's on the inside. Contact again between the two drivers. Moylan takes again the... Oh, this is so close. But Moylan is side by side with Jack as they're going to cross the line. It's going to be a photo finish, but Moylan will take the win of this race, and Jack turns out has another penalty. But that was astonishing for the end of that race. What a battle between Jack and Moylan. Eat your heart out, lads. And Johnny comes in third. Oh my god, that was unreal. For a second I thought they were going to take each other out. Avi comes in fourth, Alex in fifth. Scotty is going to come round in sixth place. Oh, what an my heart's racing. Erez in seventh, does get pipped by Dutch Face with less penalties, and Chubb in the seventh. Brilliant from Chubb. We have Joe now. Unfortunately for him, had a decent race, but caught up in a little incident with Jack. Will take home a point if he can stay ahead of Al Jadifa, which you think he can easily. Al Jadifa comes in for the wooden spoon in 11th. What a race. What a race. You need to lie down. I need to lie down, Moylan. That was ridiculous. 13th to go to Erez, Evan even, and Elsfar takes 12th. Sorry, I need to just regain my batteries there. What an end to that race. Side by side, literally all the way through the stadium section of the track, bumping and rubbing the whole way round, aggressive, but I would argue quite clean. But it depends on what side you're on, I suppose. But from our point of view, brilliant race. Chubb, driver of the day. Do you know what? From the start, he had, at the back of the grid, poor quali. Then got contact at the start. I can see why the game would give it to him. But I think I've got to share it for these two drivers here, just for that last section. Unbelievable drive from Moylan's. Unbelievable battling from him and Jack. Obviously, it was not needed in the end with the penalties, but I didn't want to ruin the excitement of that. Oh, I can't need to get... Okay, let's have a look. So yeah, penalty-wise now, let's have a look what the gap was on the penalties. I believe it was Jack with an extra penalty, and it was another extra 3 seconds there. We didn't know that, did we? I don't want that to look. But finally, your Mexican Grand Prix, Moylan takes the win of this race. Jack comes in second, but takes the fastest lap. Johnny Stokes comes in third, Avi in fourth, Alex in fifth, Scotty in sixth, Chubb in seventh, Dutchface in eighth, ninth is Erez, 10th is Speedy, 11th Al Jadifa, El Stefano in 12th, 13th is Almighty Evan, 14th, 15th is Rob, Booker is in 16th, 17th is GDC, and unfortunately, the disqualification was DXD Carl, who got too many penalties, unfortunately. Oh, what a race. What a race. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. That was brilliant. End to that race. So, yeah, so I think the reason is still, no, not Moylan's as of yet. It obviously has gone more in tilting towards for Johnny to back and win this by next week. Speaking of next week, the race will be, oh, my favourite. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. The Canadian Grand Prix on Monday. I could be a father by then. Who knows? There'll be the 30th. I'll have to let you know if I'm going to be able to make that one. Rob, I'll probably talk to you after this. I have to get a cover for that one just in case I can't make it for whatever reason. But yeah. So if I don't see you, thank you. Do catch us again on TFL, our next part of the race. So we don't forget to tune in for Friday's race. We have Monza. Uh, watch that on DXT Ferret Gaming on YouTube, and then we have the GP2 race for RPR, which will be Canada as well, and that will be done by Rob Sim Racer. Check out his stream, DXT Rob Sim Racer, and then we're back to Monday night. Thank you very much for watching. Again, do hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell as well. Make sure you get notifications when we are going live. Thank you for our 2 subscribers today. We're up to 138, which is much appreciated. But until next week, I need to go for a lie down. Thank you very much and good night.